Both Iron Leaves and Walking Wake will be leaving Pokemon Scarlet and Violet raid battles soon. On March 12th, both of these new Paradox Pokemon will be removed from raids, only leaving a few more days to capture it. With this being a 5-star raid battle, it's fairly difficult to clear out on your own. Fortunately, there are a handful of Pokemon to make this challenge much easier. First, let's start with Iron Leaves, the Paradox version of Virizion. This Paradox Pokemon is a Grass and Psychic type Pokemon with a Psychic type Terra Raid typing. It knows the moves Psyblade, Leaf Blade, Mega Horn, and Swords Dance. It's incredibly fast and strong enough to likely KO any Pokemon within just a few hits. For this Paradox battle, we're going to be using Kingambit. This evolution of Bisharp is able to resist most of Iron Leaf's attacks due to its typing. Psyblade won't be affected at all, and Leaf Blade gets resisted. Mega Horn is really the only move to worry about. Now we have to build up our own Kingambit. We're gonna go with the moves Swords Dance, Poison Jab, Kowtow Cleave, and Poison Jab. The method for this battle is going to be setting up as many Swords Dances as possible and using Kowtow Cleave to bring down the damage. For its ability, we're gonna go with Defiant. It's the better of the two Kingambit abilities for this battle. When in effect, it will increase the user's attack by 2 stages anytime their stats get lowered. Fortunately, if you're looking to change your Kingambit's ability, you can use an ability capsule that can be purchased at the Chansey Supply stores for 100,000 Pokédollars. Also, giving it an Electric Seed item will increase its defense at the start of the battle. Since Iron Leaf sets up Electric Terrain, the Electric Seed will be activated right at the very beginning. This item can be purchased at the Delibird Presents after beating the game for only 20,000 Pokédollars. Now that we've built up our Kingambit, it is time to use it in battle. Now, since this is a 4-player raid battle, it's important to try and match up with other players who look like they know what they're doing. Fortunately, the game allows you to see what Pokemon the other players are going to choose before the battle starts. If you see trainers using their starter Pokemon or something that just has the type advantage, you'll definitely want to leave. You're going to need at least 3 other players with viable Pokemon in order to get this to work, so keep an eye out for other Kingambits. Goldengo and Scizor also rank pretty high with this raid, making them excellent counters. And now that we have our team, it is time to get started. At the very start of the raid, you'll want Kingambit to set up at least 3 Swords Dances. Ideally, one of your teammates should be the one to set up the heals for the rest of the match. After all the Swords Dances have been set up, begin to hit it with the Kowtow Cleave. It'll do a considerable chunk of damage right at the very beginning, although it's up in the air if Iron Leaves will use its ability to nullify all of the attack buffs. If not, this battle shouldn't be too difficult to clear it out. If it does, just continue to chip it down until its last bit of HP is removed. It might take a few tries to set up 3 consecutive Swords Dance for Kingambit, but this will definitely get the job done. Iron Leaves has been captured and completed. Next up is Walking Wake, the Paradox version of the legendary Pokemon Suicune. This is a Water and Dragon type Pokemon with a Water type Terra typing. It knows the moves Hydro Steam, Noble Roar, Dragon Pulse, and Flamethrower. Out of all these moves, Noble Roar is going to be the most annoying for this setup, mainly since this counter requires the trainer to set up more attack stats, and Noble Roar brings down the attacks with every use. For this raid, the best counter will be Miraidon, the legendary Pokemon of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Give it the moves Electro Drift, Metal Sound, Parabolic Charge, and Charge. Electro Drift is Miraidon's main damaging attack and will carry us through this battle. Metal Sound will also lower the opponent's special defense by 2. Now, Charge is the move that is going to hold this entire operation together, as using it will increase the power of the next electric type move that the player uses by 100%. Parabolic Charge is also a decent move that can suck up the HP out of Walking Wake, but truly Charge and Electro Drift will be the main 2 moves that we're using for this battle. As for the held item, you're going to want to give your Miraidon a weakness policy. It's a held item that can be purchased at the Delibird Presents store in Mega Goza for 50,000 Pokédollars. When held by a Pokemon, whenever that Pokemon is being hit by a super effective move, their attack will increase by 2 more stages. And with Walking Wake having Dragon Pulse and Miraidon being a Dragon type Pokemon, it's gonna be falling right for our bait. Miraidon is now ready for the raid battle. Similar to Iron Leaves, make sure you're refreshing your list to see a group of trainers that look like they know what they're doing. If not Miraidon, Iron Hands has also been an excellent counter pick. Once the battle begins, set up Charge at the very first turn. Your next Electro Drift will do a ton of damage on the very next turn. Not only that, but if the player is lucky, they should get hit by a Dragon Pulse. Even if you're not, the Charge plus Electro Drift combo is enough to clear out this battle. Although Noble Roar might make this battle take a bit longer since it cuts the Pokemon's attack stat, but the fate should be the same. Walking Wake will be defeated after an onslaught of electric attacks. Still, out of the 2 of these, Walking Wake is definitely a lot easier to bring down. Iron Leaves was the one that really gave me the most trouble. But yeah, that's how you can defeat and capture both Iron Leaves and Walking Wake in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. With both leaving raid battles on March 12th, there's not really a lot of time to collect these Pokemon. Fortunately, it has been confirmed that they will return in raid battles later this April. This information will still be super useful to counter it then. If this was helpful to you in any way, please be sure to hit that like button. Thanks for watching. Please be sure to comment, like, subscribe, and stay awesome.